tropical update as of 8 a.m. PST, September 29th. And Humberto, what can I say? It still looks pretty good, but not nearly what it was. Maybe a little bit of southwesterly share. I mean, let's see what they said about it. And Hurricane Recon, the Hurricane Hunters, have found it has been through an eyewall replacement cycle, and that eyewall has depicted by microwave image now dominant, and the old inner eyewall has collapsed. The aircraft, however, did depict that the eyewall is open on the southwestern side, which is likely due to the impact of increasing wind shear. Maximum flight line winds are in the northeast quadrant are 138 knots, which supported the increase to 225 knots at the intermittent advisory. Using the latest Hurricane Hunter and Commander wind data, the wind area have been adjusted slightly, and the intensity is held at 125 knots. It's moving northwestward at 325 at 11 knots along the southern periphery of the mid-level subtropical ridge. Gradual to the north and northeast of the next day or so is shifted as the system rounds the western periphery of the ridge. And the HC forecast has been shifted slightly to the left, closer to the consensus age in the short term. System will then begin to move northeast to east northeast as the system is picked up by a trough moving into the North Atlantic. And some fluctuation intensity is possible in the next 12 hours or so. Therefore, the increasing wind shear core. I mean, they expect to become extratropical by 60 hours. Um, let's take a look at. Let's take a first. We're gonna take a look at this storm again. Now we're gonna look at the track, which takes it well away from Bermuda, becoming extratropical by 60 hours, which is in line with the models. Uh, GFS. THD, yeah, it's pretty much past its peak. It's going to be weakening drastically. Now we're going to look at Imelda, which is at 50 knots. We take a look at that storm. Definitely better organized this morning. A CDO, I mean, not nice. I mean, this thing is going to become a hurricane very soon. Um, let's take a look at the latest advisory. Let's see. Oh, these bastards. Um, Latest data for it shows 60 miles per hour, or 50, yeah, 60 miles per hour. It's moving north at 360 degrees at 9 miles per hour. Has 98 millbar pressure. This is based on the recon that is going through the system right now. Um, yeah, here's the data. Here's the earlier forecast tracking. It's going to move north through the next 12 hours, then move northeastward towards Bermuda over the next 3 to 4 days, becoming actually tropical by early Friday. I agree with this thinking. Um, which as it is within, like I said, the models support this idea really well. Here's GFS. GPS is a little bit more northward, but that's an earlier model. Um, Intensity, I think it becomes a hurricane. Actually, it says it becomes a. Most of them actually says it becomes a hurricane even by 24 hours. I agree. I think this could be a hurricane by tonight. I mean, I think 98 millbar pressure, that's CDO. Um, then potentially a Cat 2 by 60 hours before it starts weakening because of unfavorable conditions. Um, Definitely. Um, let's see, this is a goddamn. Yeah, finally. Uh, God has found, um, yeah, The 700 millbar flight level winds from the NLA P3 was 59 knots to the northeast of the center, and the most recent crossway for the C-130 center fix was 99 millbars with 20 knots of wind. The potential 64 area has been raised to 50 knots. This provides USA maximum pressure of 98 millbars. Yeah. There was a recent gust in the Bahamas of 72 knots at Treasure Cay. It's moving northward at about 7 knots, and this motion is forecasted to continue today due to steering along the western side of the subtropical ridge and eastern side of a mid to upper level trough located over the southeastern United States. The steering from the subtropical ridge is about to become interrupted by Hurricane Humberto's largely related to the upstream trough starts to dig in to rehide of the combination of these and will cause the upper cycle track to shift roughly east northeastward at its accelerates. The latest track guides is very similar to the previous cycle, so there is a substantial amount of along the track spread over the 36 to 60 yard period. Each of them is on the slow end of the guidance envelope, and the GFS and Google DeepMind means on the faster end. The latest NAC track forecast is along the prior forecast track by a little faster after 36 hours. Evidence from both the aircraft and satellite observation shows that areas begin to develop and record further to be expected over. I think Cat 2 is very likely, or the outside of Shet's or Cat 3, as I showed earlier. Bermuda's going to have to watch this system very closely. Um, the west of the basin, I mean, there really isn't anything besides maybe some long-term central length formations and maybe a big peach or something we had to watch. I mean, I don't expect it that could be. Now we're gonna have to go into each specific where we have a new invest. 80% in the next 2 days, 90% in the next 7. It's well south of the Baja California. It's 98. It's 98 E. It's right here. And actually it had a defined LSC convection. Um but no threat to land. I mean, that's just the way it is. Here's the models. Takes it northwestward over the next 72 hours, then west northwestward, then after. Um, GFS pretty much does the same. We don't expect it to get really strong. Maybe 45 to 50 knots. Satellite, satellite kind of better. Did show a closed out circulation become better organized. So I think this thing probably does become a tropical storm. We got another system a few hundred miles west of Melilla, Mexico. It produces a small but because of the area of charged thunderstorms has a 10% in the next 2 to 7 days. And longer term, we have to watch something off the southwestern coast of Mexico. Uh, Another area of low pressure could develop, and it does have a chance to develop into a tropical cyclone over the next 7 days. Has 40% chance of development. Um, yeah, this is the one that forms off Mexico. Let's go to 126, and there it is on the GFS. 144. Boom, on off the coast of Mexico. We also have probably 98 right there. That's about way to make landfall in Mexico. ECMWF doesn't even show it, but it shows the golf system. Pay attention to even that little low pressure we showed you last night at 144. Yeah, that's worth watching too a little bit, but it's very weak. Maybe that's even the system the neighborhoods are showing. There's 126 on the CMC. Shows it as 998 off of Central America, pretty much. Yeah. Oh, that's your tropical update.